You gonna compose yourself?
I'm ready. I didn't know which one I was talking first. Hi everyone, I'm Tanya.
And I'm Erin.
And this is She Said, Episode 2. So before we get into anything about the show itself and all the little things we're doing, we wanted to take a moment to recognize that Joan Rivers passed away today.
Very sad.
Very sad indeed. She was very funny. I consider us to be a girl like her. We just say what we want to say and don't care what anybody else thinks.
A legend.
Yeah.
I mean, was the first one to interview other famous people and kind of ask them embarrassing questions. What are you wearing? Or you didn't ask them certain things that were unmentionable, and she just cut right through that and just, she didn't care. She would ask you anything.
She was very young. She was on Johnny Carson, and I think that she actually made him sort of pause for a minute. Like, he wasn't expecting her to be that funny.
Right. Well, I mean,
and in your face, and
a female in that time, that era.
We are very sad.
Thank you, Joan, for all your years of humor.
Yes. So, on a lighter note, we have a Facebook page now for our show, She Said, but mostly for our YouTube channel, which is Funny Girls with Brains.
With brains.
Glasses that you know I'm smart. So
I'll have to get some. Actually, I have glasses. They're just
maybe you're the
very
funny,
out of prescription. So
maybe you're the funny girl and I'm the brains. We've gotten a ton of likes.
Yes, thank you to everyone for liking.
Yes, and thank you for going and watching episode 1 of She Said, because we had a lot of people watching.
Very excited. So thank you for taking the time, and we're hoping that people will continue to like the page and also like the YouTube channel.
So please come watch our channel, watch our episodes, and subscribe to us. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Anne Rice is writing a new Vampire Chronicle, or did write one. It's coming out in October next month. She said back in, I think it was March, she announced that she was going to be releasing a new Vampire Chronicle. Anybody who is a fan of Anne Rice knows she swore off Vampire Chronicles. I actually recently went back to her website to read that post that she put on her website back in 2009 that said she had nothing else to write about as far as the vampires were considered. She didn't have anything to say. They said everything she had to say, and she had everything left for the characters. She also said that she had spiritual awakening, and she didn't feel like
she was being true to
her spirituality. Fast forward to 2014, and guess what?
And she's back.
She's back. And the new book is called The Prince Lestat. And if anyone's a fan of the Anne Rice books, they know that Lestat is called the Brat Prince by many of the characters.
Did you say Brad?
Brat.
Oh.
Brat.
Like, that's so ironic, because is that
the
one that Brad Pitt played in...
No.
Interview
Feel free
with
to
the
write in
Vampire?
the comments below that Aaron doesn't know anything. Tom Cruise played Lestat.
Okay, so Tom
Brad
Cruise
Pitt played Louis.
That's right. Basically, my reference is
The movies.
Interview with a Vampire and Queen of the Damned.
Feel free to tell, if you're an Anne Rice fan and you saw Queen of the Damned, feel free to put in the comments how much you hated them.
Do you feel like she's writing them just for financial reasons, or do you feel like she's realized that she is unfinished with those characters, or you just feel like she's doing it for the...
I think it's probably a mixture. I'm sure she misses writing that character. I'm sure she misses talking about that character. And one of the things that she said in the interview that was online was that at one time she thought that there was nothing else to write about those characters. And then as the world changed over the past, few years that she'd stopped writing it, she thought it would be interesting to see what the character of Lestat would think about the world today. Compelling stuff. To find an author that says, nope, not doing it anymore, no more of this, and then a couple years later she's like, oh, well, you know what, maybe.
Things change.
Things change. So, moving on, Erin, look at the flowers.
They're so pretty. I feel so at peace right now just looking at these flowers.
And the reference to you looking at the flowers is from Walking Dead. We don't need to explain it, because if you know
does.
Walking Dead, you know Walking Dead. If you don't, you're going to have to sit down and watch this for a little while.
Look at that.
Hey, Cindy Lou Who.
Hi.
The discussion we were having earlier was weapons.
What would be your defense if if Walking Dead happened tomorrow, what would be your go-to? And Tanya said, I wouldn't have a weapon, I would just run.
Okay, in my defense, we were talking about a real-life scenario.
Okay, so we thought it would be interesting to kind of take a look at the characters that are still existing in the series and think about who may or may not leave us.
Who's going to look at
season.
the flowers next is what we're trying to say. All right.
I would like to start off with, obviously, the love of my life, Daryl.
Do you think she has a problem separating reality from fiction?
No.
So
I love
Daryl.
Norman Reedus. Okay.
I think Daryl's kind of a wild card. Because he's not in the comics, he could go at any time. When Rick goes into Crazy Town, who else is there to lead people? And usually that ends up being Daryl. So I think that the chances of Daryl being killed off this season are pretty slim.
Thank goodness.
The next character I'd like to talk about is Sasha. If I was going to predict someone was going to die this season, I think it's going to be her.
To be honest with you, I thought she was going to die last season.
And I'm not saying that Sasha's not an important character, but I think if it was Sasha, it was between Sasha and Tyrese, it would be her.
Can we talk about Beth?
Okay, so that's where I was going to go to next. So Maggie doesn't know where her sister is.
No one knows where Beth is.
Not only is going to have quite an arc going on, she's separated from the group, she's in a different place. We don't really know what that place is. There's a lot of predictions out there as to what it is. So I'm going to say Beth is 50-50. If there's a main character that's going to go, and if it's not Glenn, it might be Beth. It might be Beth. Have you talked about how you did enough?
Yes.
Awesome. This episode, our improv is going to be our version of the ABC game. And what the ABC game is that we have to have a conversation with each other. So we're going to pick a subject, and the conversation has to revolve around that subject. But every line that you say has to begin with the next letter. So if I say, Amy told me that she had a great day at school today.
Brian told me that he didn't.
Can you elaborate on why he didn't?
Did you not hear me the first time?
Everyone can hear you when you talk, so I don't know what you're talking about. Something like that. So anytime you have a sentence to say, it has to begin with the next letter in the alphabet.
And part of the games, too, is that you are trying to build the scene. So it can't just be, like, random things that you say.
Right.
You are trying to make it be coherent and make sense.
Exactly.
And in this scene, we're going to be two people window shopping.
Okay. So I'm starting? Or you want to start?
I'm going to start.
Okay.
All right. Are those on sale?
Bed Bath & Beyond, they don't have that many sales.
Can we please just go check it out?
Dang it, we can, I guess.
Excellent! I'm so excited.
First time in Bed Bath & Beyond?
Gee, I think I've been there before.
Happy D's! You're going into Bed Bath & Beyond for some sales.
Ice cream scoops? I didn't know they had those here.
Yeah, they have Java. Aw, is that a lie? I failed. But I won the other 3, so. So that was our episode 2 of She Said. Join us next week for episode 3, where we will discuss Sleepy Hollow.
I will be attending the Miranda Lambert concert this Saturday, so I'm very excited to take notes, and I will report back next week.
And of course, there'll be more improv games. Feel free to make suggestions for us, and please like our channel, and go subscribe to our channel, and go and like our Facebook account as well, our Facebook page. And remember, everybody, we are Funny Girls with Brains, signing off till next week.
See you then.
Stop, you're gonna look like the girl from The Ring.
No.